Thanks so much. It's so exciting to be here today. Good morning and welcome, everyone. I can just about see some of the team in the audience, but the lights are in my eyes, so I'm going to be looking for their smiling faces and hoping that the smiles shine through, because it's so exciting to be in person, but it's so different from what we're used to. It's so fantastic to see people from across the connected and autonomous mobility sector today and be able to do these events in person. I'm sure you're as excited as I am about the coffee and the cake, as well as the chats in the margins, as well as the formal events. So I'd like to start by congratulating and thanking the team at Zenzik for coordinating and running today's event. I have no doubt that we'll have a hugely informative and productive day, as well as some gossip and getting to see some old faces. And I'm delighted to be opening the agenda and also to be able to introduce myself and my job share partner in her absence formally to you all. So I'm Claire Wren. I work in a job share with Hannah Newell. I do the first half of the week, which is why you've got me here today, and Hannah does the second. And so if you get an email from us, it is the Newell Wren email address. So we are together the joint director of the newly formed Future Transport Systems and Environment in the Directorate at DfT. So we have brought together some of the teams that were previously together with the Decarbonisation Directorate, and we're hoping to give it more presence and more senior bandwidth because of the importance of this agenda. So Hannah and I are together responsible for pursuing the potential of digitisation, new transport modes, automation, and change consumer travel habits post-COVID to deliver cleaner, safer, and better integrated transport systems with more choice for the user. It sounds very grand, and it's got a whole bunch of different things in it, but includes the work that we have here today. So part of it is Oversight for the Centre for Connected and Autonomous Vehicles, CCAV, which many of you will know. CCAV leads the work on connected and autonomous mobility, collaborating with industry and academia to shape the safe and secure emergence of self-driving vehicles in the UK. It's a joint endeavour between DfT and BEIS. So importantly, it brings together transport modes, networks and infrastructure to help service and transform the movement of people, goods, and making it all safer, fairer, cleaner and more efficient. So there's lots of things to do. So we hope that self-driving technology in zero-emissions cars, buses and delivery vehicles can smooth traffic flow and reduce emissions per mile, improving air quality and helping the UK to build back greener. It could also mean an end to the ever-increasing urban congestion. Now, I cycle, so I go round the congestion, but I know not everyone does that. So traffic lights and vehicles speaking to each other will help keep traffic flowing, and that's something I'm sure we're all excited about. And really importantly, and it was mentioned earlier, self-driving vehicles can improve access to transport for people with mobility issues. I think this is an under-discussed area and one that's incredibly important for a range of different people with mobility issues. I have 2 small children, and getting them around London is sometimes tricky, and the opportunities that this would create is quite huge for me. I don't drive. It could also reduce and improve the reliability of transport service, reduce the costs and improve the reliability of transport services, helping to level up access to transport in historically disconnected rural areas. So crucially, even at relatively low levels of automation, the technology can also help reduce road collisions. And again, safety is something we don't often talk about when we're talking about the exciting future, but I think it's, again, a really important part of the vision that we have here today. So it's all very exciting. And actually, this is a great place to be having this event. So while doing some background reading ahead of this event, I came across the history of the IET. It began in 1871 as the Society of Telegraph Engineers and was formed to address the concerns of an emerging technology, and within a decade encompassed the broader field of electrical science. So there's a satisfying symmetry with us gathering here 150 years later as we address another emerging technology in connected and autonomous mobility. The government is proud to have actively supported the development of the connected and autonomous mobility in the UK since, in my speech, it actually says 2015, but I actually think it was 2013 that we made the first announcement. So next year will be 10 years on. And in that time, we've enabled joint R&D investment with industry totaling over £400 million, We've supported the establishment of the CAM Testbed UK, which we just heard about, and we've created a regulatory and trialling environment which welcome and promotes safe innovation. And it's because of the collaborative efforts between government, industry and academia that self-driving vehicles are no longer a tantalising prospect from science fiction. Self-driving vehicles are in fact here today, and the connected and automated mobility sector is gearing up for commercialisation, reflecting impressive achievements in advancing technology and service capability in recent years. And it is with these advances in mind that the government is refreshing its focus on connected and autonomous mobility, ensuring that the UK remains one of the best places in the world to develop and deploy the technology. Together with BEIS, the Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy, CCAV's other parent department I mentioned earlier, our vision is to support the commercial deployment of self-driving technologies and services and the emergence of a thriving supply chain in the UK by 2025. We see the government's role in achieving this as threefold. So firstly, helping the sector innovate and develop capabilities as it readies itself for the commercial market. Secondly, establishing a comprehensive legal framework to enable the commercial use of self-driving vehicles. This work took a big step forward with the publication of the Law Commission's recommendations in January. I think that was something that's maybe 8 years in the development, so a very exciting moment. And thirdly, we are delivering safety and cybersecurity assurance processes that ensure safe trialling and deployment of the technology. And cybersecurity has obviously moved massively up the agenda in over the last period, but very recently, I'm sure, is at the front of everyone's minds. So it's fantastic to see these projects showcased today, covering areas including cybersecurity, V2X and simulation, and we're excited about supporting the latter. So I wanted to finish by congratulating everyone involved with these projects, and they are testament to what I believe is the UK's greatest strength in connected and automated mobility, perhaps its global USP. Our ability to collaborate across government, industry and academia. And it is the collaboration that has enabled the UK to punch above its weight, or maybe at its weight. It's just got a very big weight internationally to date. And it is collaboration, which of course we all know is really important, that will secure our position as global leaders in the connected and automated mobility far into the future. So I wanted to end, first of all, by repeating that point about how exciting it is to be here today. In person. This is my first in-person conference in our new role, which we started in December. So it's taken until March, the end of March. And also my enthusiasm for this agenda. So it's something I first worked on 10 years ago. I was involved in the very first announcement in a previous job. And it's so exciting to be back here almost 10 years later to find out the massive amount of progress that has happened, the sector that has developed and grown up, and the ambition to make the UK the best place in the world to develop and deploy this technology. So thank you very much for having me, and I hope you all have a lovely day.